What's up, boys? We're back with another video. We got a little bit of arms on the agenda today. A little bit of arms, nothing too crazy, nothing too bonkers. We might do a little bit of yapping today. Nothing too crazy, like I said. It'll probably be more of a focus on biceps. And then my second arm day, I'll probably focus a little bit more on triceps. So we're looking at about 4, maybe even push the throttle and go 5 bicep exercises today. And then 3 triceps. And then on vice versa, when I train arms again on Friday, I'll do a little bit more tricep work and then not as much bicep work. And that's because today we have arms, obviously, in the morning. That's what we're training now. And then later in the day, we have a little bit of chest, a little bit of biddies. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I don't want to put as much or excess pressure on my chest or triceps just because I feel like I don't want to hinder that second lift later in the day. So with that being said, feel pretty good. Kind of want to give you guys a little bit of an insight of where the head's at. I mean, we just passed the 7 weeks out mark. We're creeping into the 6 weeks out, and I feel pretty good. It's not that I necessarily am not hungry. Like, I'm hungry for most of the day, and I feel like I'm dying some days. Like, some days I'll have really rough days where I'm in the trenches. Others are better than not, But I think my body's just become accustomed to being hungry. Like, I've just kind of gotten used to it. It's kind of like I've been dieting all year since January 1st. So literally all of 2026, we've been in a diet. And I guess finally my body decided to come around and was just like, hey, we're going to accept it. This is us right now. And I think that'll kind of help transitioning into the off season, because during the last off season, I got to 240, but I got to 240 probably realistically in between 20 to 25% body fat, probably closer to 25, but the abs were still visible enough, but there was a decent amount of fluff, right? There was a decent amount of fluff. We were holding a decent amount of water. So we were probably looking closer to 25, to where everything goes right. Everything goes the way we would like it to. By the end of the year, we should be a pro, right? And that would be awesome. That would be fantastic. And if that's the case, the mindset going into the next off season is, okay, let's shoot for that same weight cap. Let's shoot for that same threshold, 240. I felt pretty good there, but let's try to shoot for it 10% leaner, in between 5 to 10% leaner. So instead of coming in at closer to 25%, I would like to be closer to that 15% at 240, which would be nice. And I think that'll be kind of the main thought process, the main focus of obviously next year is, okay, we're going to bulk. Let's be a lot more strategic about the bulk. And on top of being strategic about the bulk, let's be a lot more leaner. Let's make sure we're tracking not only our protein and carbohydrates, but also our lipids. Let's make sure we're taking in the right amount of fats and not just kind of letting that fall wherever it lays, So it's kind of been the thought process. It's been a little bit looking towards the future as we get closer to the prep. But I've realized I've been a little bit more just in taking it day by day, to where I found that the more I thought about how far out we were from the first show and then how far we are out from the second show, it kind of started to put like mental pressure, right? Just because the hunger gets to you. Once the hunger gets to you, the thoughts kind of get into that negative avenue, and then it kind of gets debilitating, right? To where this past week and a half, really since we were about 8 weeks out, I've just been kind of taking it day by day and enjoying the process even more, enjoying it, just enjoying the day, trying to be more present, trying to just, although we're dieting, although we are going through adversity, it's an adversity that we choose. It's an adversity that we love. And nonetheless, let's enjoy it while we have it, because there's going to be a point in time where I can't compete anymore. So with that being said, like, let's just enjoy the process. Enjoy the struggles. Enjoy the adversity that I'm choosing for myself right now, because there's plenty of adversities in life that you can't choose, right? So with that being said, I know I did a lot of yapping on this intro. I'm going to go ahead, dry scoop to the dome piece. I think today I think today, boys, we switch up from the rise and go psychotic. I think today we go a little bit psychotic with it, you know. Um, I was on the TikTok shop the other day and just kind of bought a couple pre's just because caffeine's kind of carrying my soul. And the caffeine I get is obviously before my lifts. I've kind of cut out energy drinks, black coffee, and diet soda just to minimize the amount of pressure I'm putting on my kidneys through the caffeine. But I still am keeping the pre in. And the reason why I keep the pre in is just because it allows me to get that extra oomph, that extra energy, that extra push through the lift to where I can still train hard. I can still train with ambition and dedication. And it's not just going through the motions, right? I'm training to grow. I'm training, obviously, to maintain as much muscle as possible. And when I say grow, I mean grow more mentally than physically right now, right? To where I know we're deep in the cut. We're 7 weeks out. We're not going to grow physically. That's not a thing. We're not eating enough to be able to grow physically. But the pre kind of allows me to grow mentally in the avenue that, okay, we're in starvation mode. Our body feels like we're dying, but we can push through it. We can still move. We're still moving 455, 465 on squats. We're still benching 315. We're still close gripping 315. We're still rowing four plates on chest supported. On barbell rows, we're still rowing 3 plates to where it's, okay, let's keep the weight as consistent as possible. Let's make sure that's not taking a hit. And the caffeine really has been allowing for that. So where I've been able to train with intensity, and that's been very nice. But with that being said, like I said, I've been doing a lot of yapping. We're going to do a little bit of psychotic today. I tried this for the first time the other day. Fantastic flavor. It's Psychotic Watermelon by Insane Labs. Insane Labs has some bangers. Definitely a little bit higher in the stims, but I'm a stim junkie, so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Definitely had me feeling good in the gym. The pump was definitely pumping, so that's a win. So I think we're gonna go with that. I didn't have a water bottle today to mix my rye, so I was like, I'm not dry scooping blueberry lemonade. You guys know I have a vendetta against that. And then I don't want to dry scoop my Rice Country Time lemonade because I have to mix that with the blueberry to make it taste decent. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take a dry scoop of this, and I'll catch you boys inside with a little bit of arms. I think we're going to start. I think we start with biceps today. Transition, and triceps. Yeah. But did a lot of yapping on this intro. I'll catch you boys inside the gym. All right, boys, we're going to start a little bit of curls between the titties. After that, we'll go out with it. Then we're going to do the W bar curls. We'll start inwards, then move our way out. And I'm thinking after that, we either do isolation curls with the ankle strap, or we do some dumbbell work. We might do some dumbbell work, honestly. Feeling good about some dumbbells. But I'll bring them over here. I opened the little garage aspect, the little garage thing we have here. I went ahead and opened that motherfucker just because I was like, dude, it's a nice day. Let's fucking get some nice lighting in here. It's a little chilly, but hey, I live in the fucking Minton. It's nothing we're not used to. So it's a nice day. We don't get too many of those up here. Gotta enjoy them while we got them. And if I can lift and just have a nice view, this is beautiful. I wish it was like this yesterday, dude. I wish it was nicer like this yesterday. I would have loved to do walking lunges. But that'll come with time. You know, summer's right around the corner. We'll be able to do some walking lunges, and that'll be nice. I'm stoked for that. That shit is anabolic. That should have had me feeling like Big Ron in here. But let's get this work. I know you boys are probably thinking, Rome, you got a lot of energy today. You really don't seem like somebody that would be 7 weeks out And you know what? You would be right. You would be right, my friend. But I think I've just been in diet mode for so long that my body has become accustomed to it. It is, like I said in the car, just adapting to feeling like death consistently, which I don't know if it's a win, but we're going to call it a win. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and chalk that up as a win. But I'm I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. There's a sense of mental clarity. There's a sense of mental clarity that comes with feeling like you're dying. It's like, oh my gosh, there's a subtle peace. There's a subtle peace that comes with it. I'm like, man, this is immaculate. This is nice. And it might be that I'm just going through this adversity, going through this trial that I've set up for myself, and I'm making it through it, right? To where I was thinking about it the other day, and I want to say like a week or two ago, or last week even, I wasn't doing a lot of yapping. The prep was really prepping, boys. It was prepping, let me tell you. But I've kind of come to the conclusion, especially towards the back half of that week, I was like, dude, we've been in prep. We've been dieting for like over 3 months now. January, February, March, April, almost 4 months now, right? We're looking at almost 17 weeks of dieting. At the very max, we have 13 left. We've already made it almost 17 weeks. We've made it more than half the way. What's another 13? We've got through the hardest part. I got through the beginning. The hardest part is that first month or two of dieting. I wouldn't even say that first month or two. Really, the hardest part is going to be those first couple weeks. Then that month is kind of rough. And then the next hurdle you have to get over after that is as the calories kind of drop, becoming accustomed to that, and then restructuring your day. That's kind of the thing that's like building a routine in prep or building a routine in a deep deficit can be tough because your calories are dropping, the cardio's increasing, you don't necessarily have the energy to do what you were doing before, so it kind of throws your previous routine off. Now you have to rework things. It's kind of rough. I think where the mental clarity is coming from, where the mental peace is coming from, and the reason why I've been so upbeat, the reason why I feel so good is because I've structured a routine to where now I've really kind of got into the routine. I've gotten into the groove of it. And I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about it, boys. I'm not going to lie. To where I'm going to do this next set, and then I'll keep yapping with you boys. Honestly, today it's going to be obviously an anabolic lift. We're going to get huge, right? But I'm going to yap with you boys a little bit today because I want to yap with you boys a little bit today. So let's get after this work. I didn't do much yapping last week, so we got to make up for it this week. I'm gonna take a swig of water and we'll get back to yapping, boys. Boys, let's hit this next set and then I'll yap. Let's get it. But I forgot what I was yapping about before I took a swig of water and did that last set. But honestly, boys, I've just been real positive. Like the back half of last week, coming into this week, it's just been a really positive mindset moving forward. And I think, like I said in the car, it's just because I'm enjoying the little things. I'm enjoying the process. I'm being more present. And not only just with my day-to-day activities, but in my relationships. It's one of the real things that I've been able to kind of take away from with this prep is I've been able to be a lot more present and a lot more thoughtful of the things that I want to be kind of passionate about, or the things that I may have like feelings or ambitions for, right? To where like some of my friends, some of my family, like just reinforcing that they have an important aspect of my life has been a real big thing for me this past year. Just because I'm like, man, bro, like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess being in prep and depriving myself of those quality times with those friends, those families, not being able to eat or go out and like do fun activities with friends and family, or not being able to spend as much time with friends or family just because I have an hour and a half of cardio that I'm doing a day, or I have to train, or I have to go home and cook my meals, to where I found that the restrictions that I've put on myself have allowed me to appreciate the things that I don't have right now. And when I'm out of prep, be able to appreciate them that much more, right? And when I say that, that's going to be like more, it's going to be quality time with like friends and family, right? Being able to do things with friends and family. And then on top of that, like another thing I've been able to appreciate is food, dude. We've been in prep, like I said, all year, to where now, like, I'm so deep in prep, like plain romaine lettuce tastes God sent to me. Plain white rice, no seasoning, no salt, nothing, no sauce, tastes good to me. I just enjoy the taste of it. It's like, oh my gosh, this is great, right? To where it's like little things like that, I've just found a deeper appreciation for. And I find that that's been something that's been really beneficial about this prep. Whether I come away with it with my pro card or not, I'll at least be able to walk away with it with a more positive and just overall better perspective, not only just on day-to-day activities, but life as a whole, which has been very nice, man. It's been very good. Honestly, I'm probably the most positive and just optimistic I've ever been. And I can think that's a prep, you know? And I think that's because being in prep, this is the hardest thing I'm going to do. This will be the hardest thing I do this year, right? And I find that knowing that this is the hardest thing I would do this year sets everything else for the rest of the year up to just be like, okay, I made it through prep. I made it through feeling like not only I was dying mentally, but physically, right? To where I didn't have the energy to mentally even be able to function sometimes. And then physicality, that's not even a question. Like that was gone. And it's like just kind of maneuvering through that, going through day-to-day tasks with that, finding the energy to still be positive, finding the energy to still be able to have conversations with people you want to have conversations with, finding the energy to still be present, just because in prep it's very easy to disassociate and not be present. So I found that, like, okay, I'm able to do all of these things while feeling like I'm physically dying on a day-to-day basis. Anything that comes at me or for me for the rest of the year is going to be astronomically easier than what I'm putting my stuff through now. And I find like that's something that you should kind of look at. And like, I find that like this is like something I recommend like a lot of my friends and even my family now. Like I was talking to my little sister, it's like just set, it doesn't even necessarily have to be like competing. You don't have to do a show. It doesn't have to be like powerlifting or bodybuilding or anything competitive. It could just be like, okay, you know what? By the end of the year, I want to be able to stair step for an hour. I want to be able to run a mile in X amount of time, or I want to run a marathon, or I want to, I don't know, maybe bike 10, 15 miles. To where setting expectations with yourselves like that, or setting goals for yourself like that, that are hard, that are going to be trying, that come with hurdles and may come with sacrifice, I feel like overall can just be a net benefit to not only like just your overall health, but your overall perspective as well. And if you're an individual that's like, Rome, I'm not really a physical guy, I'm not really a physical girl, that's completely understandable. I find that just even setting a hurdle mentally will allow you to be kind of a better version of yourself. Which at the end of the day, you know, that's a vibe. I feel like you'll be able to kind of come out of it a better person, which is nice. Which is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this next set. I've been yapping a lot, boys. But like I said, I want to do a lot of yapping today anyway, so I'm gonna get this work. All right, boys, I'm gonna take a swig of water. Then we'll get after the next set. I think we're gonna go out with it. We just went in between the biddies. Now we're gonna come out with it. After that, we'll do W bar, and then after W bar, we'll do some dumbbell work, and then wrap her up with some tries. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a swig of water, and we'll get after the next sets, boys. All right, boys, let's get these outward curls. Go a little bit wider with it, so we can get that back double looking crispy. You know what I mean? Looking nice. Let's get this work. Boys, I was doing fasted cardio this morning at my other gym. I go to my local Crunch to do my fasted cardio in the morning just because I like their stair stepper machine. I kind of have multiple gym memberships because I like certain machines at some gyms compared to others. It gives me options, right? But that's besides the point. I went to the gym today and one of the workers told me I had dad vibes going today. And I was like, you know what? The older I get, the more I just embrace it. I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that. I was like, I'll rock the dad look. And then I was like, it doesn't help that I got my shirt tucked in. I was like, I'm really giving dad vibes today. But hey, let it. I want to be a dad someday. So, I mean, let me just embrace it now. Embrace it now while I can. And then, I already have the aesthetic. It's already there. I had somebody the other day comment on one of my posts, and they said something, they were like, "Unc looking good," and I was like, initially I was like, I'm not even that old, but then I thought, you know what? It's a compliment, but at the same time, it's not valid. I am an uncle. I have nieces and nephews. I'm literally an uncle. So I was like, he's right. I was like, he said I look good. That's all that matters. I was like, I appreciate it, pimp. But let's get this next set, boys. All right, boys, we got two more there. I'm going to take a swig of water, and we'll get after the next set. Boys, I want to be honest with you guys. Hold on, let me up the weight a little bit. Before this next set. But I want to be honest with you boys a little bit. I'm kind of worried for when I come out of prep. Like, obviously, we're going to do our health recomp phase, right? Trying to get our calories back up to maintenance. Once we get to maintenance, we'll make sure everything comes back clean, do our blood work. So we're looking at a 6 to 8 week recomp phase, just because it'll take about a month to get my calories back to where they're at for maintenance. My maintenance is about 3,500. So, I mean, if we do it 400 calories a week, increasing, right? That'll put us just below maintenance. Yeah, that'll put us just below maintenance. So that 5th week will kind of put us at maintenance, get the blood work done then. Once our blood work comes back, we kind of know where we stand. That'll be a win. And then kind of just stretch that last 2 weeks out, get the body ready for the bulk phase. But I'm worried for kind of normal bulking after, right? I'm obviously going to stay a lot leaner this off season, be a lot more conscious about it, be a lot more strategic with the bulk. But I am worried in the aspect of like, dude, I haven't had bad food all year. Dude. By the end of prep, it'll be 7, almost 8 months since I've had like a real cheat meal. And then after the recomp phase, it'll be 9 to 10 months since I had like normal people food. I've almost gone, it would have been at that point, it'd be 9 to 10 months. So it's like, I haven't had like normal people food almost all year. All of 2026 has been like everything I've eaten, I've prepared. So I'm kind of worried, like, dude, that first cheeseburger, that first nachos, that first tacos, boy, my body's not even gonna know how to handle it. I don't want to think about baked goods. I don't want to think about baked goods. I'm like, dude, we gotta stay locked. But my thought process is, especially if we become a pro, the game plan is 2020. We're in 2026 right now. 2027 will be a growth phase, right? I really don't plan on stepping on stage again in 2027 if we become a pro. It'll just be, okay, let's grow. Let's grow because now we have 10 more pounds to play with. I already ride high above the weight cap, but I mean, at that time frame still, we'll have 10 more pounds to play with. So, okay, let's add 10 more pounds of lean muscle mass so we can be competitive. So that'll be kind of the goal, is to put on as much mass as possible next year. But my thought process when it comes to food is, if I allow myself one cheat meal a week, and I've kind of set the foundation where I'll allow myself one cheat meal a week once I'm in the bulk, but I can only eat out twice a month, right? And the other 2 cheat meals that I get within that month, I have to cook myself, which will allow me to kind of be a little bit more health conscious when it comes to those cheat meals. But I think I've set kind of my mindset is when we're in the off season, I do have a cheat meal and I'm not prepping it and I'm going out to eat it, I can't order the same thing. If I go to the same place, I can't get what I've gotten previously. This is going to force me to try new foods, try new spots, to where I can really appreciate the food. I can really appreciate those type of things, to where I won't. And there might be 1 or 2 times where I'd be like, oh, that was a banger. I'm not going to not let myself have it again. But for the most part, my goal is I want to at least try a new spot once a month and try not to double dip. I'll try not, like, I don't want to, all next year, I really don't want to double dip on spots. I really just kind of want to try like little maybe mom and pop spots, maybe a little mom and pop bakery, maybe a little mom and pop diner, or food spots, or hidden gems that I didn't know about. I really want to hop on the food truck wave next year. Like, I feel like those are bangers, those are slept on, and I really just kind of want to just find random food trucks and try those out. That's kind of been my thought process for the off season. Is like, oh, if I'm cheating, let's not cheat with like the same meal every week. Let's go ahead and switch it up. Let's go ahead and try new things. Expand the palate, boys. Become a little bit more cultured. But let's get it. Like, I want to try fufu. I want to try... There's a bunch of things I want to try. I haven't really gotten too many not Asian, but Indian cuisines. I want to try more Indian cuisines. Oh, dude, there's so many things I want to try. There's so many things I want to try. And this is just kind of plays into it, to where I've gotten more of a perspective to where I appreciate the little things a little bit more. And one of those little things is going to be food. Trying new foods. Trying to expand the palate. Not being stuck in, well, I like this. Be like, oh, well, I like this, but I'm open to try that. And see if that's a bang. But I'm going to do one more set and then yap with you boys. I'm just yap right now. There is a spot that, like, I'm like, bro, I got to get it when I'm in the off season. And that's, if you live in the Mitten like your boy, and if you live right outside Detroit in the downriver area, there's a little spot in Wyandotte called Coastal Thai. Fucking immaculate. That is by far my favorite Thai food, and I cannot wait to eat that. And then after that, There's another spot. It's a food truck that my boy put me onto. It's called Hot Chicks. They have a banger. It's like chicken tenders and mac and cheese. Dope. Dope. It's a game changer. A game changer, boys. All right, boys, I'm gonna go grab the W bar. I'll be right back. All right, boys, let's do our wide grip curls here. Nice little W bar wide grip curls. Really focusing when I do these. I like to make sure I'm rolling my shoulders back, really pinching those blades together so I can get a nice stretch for the bicep. All right, we got 3 more there, boys. But I've been doing a lot of yapping. I've just been a lot more appreciative, a lot more optimistic. Just been enjoying life a lot more. When you feel like you're dying every day, it kind of makes you appreciate life. I'm like, oh, I didn't die. I feel like I'm dying, but I'm not dying. And I'm choosing this misery. This is a misery I'm choosing for myself, and I'm making it through it, you know? I'm getting over this adversity. I'm getting over these hard times. This is me choosing to put myself in a really tough scenario, not only physically, but mentally, and making it through it, you know? And that just kind of allows me to be a lot more positive about just everything. Literally everything. Everything and anything in my life right now, I'm just super positive about. I'm smothering everything in kindness. And that's been kind of nice, you know? It's made, dude, even like interactions with strangers to where like now, before, like if I was at the gym and I saw somebody with anime tats or an anime t-shirt, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like that's a cool t-shirt. And I would never say anything. I'd just be like, oh, that's cool. I'd be like, that's so fucking sweet. And I'd never say anything. Now, if I see that shit, if you're in the gym and I see that, oh, dude, I'm coming up to you. I'm coming up to you and be like, nice tats, brother. That's fucking cool. Or I'd be like, your t-shirt, that shit's hard. I fuck with that. And then they're like, oh, dude, really? And I'm like, yeah. And I'd be like, and then we talk about anime for a little bit. And now both of our pumps are ruined. But it was worth it because I got a great conversation out of it. And I enjoyed it. And to me, it was worth it. It was cool. And that's been kind of the vibes lately. It's been very nice. I've been enjoying it. I'm like, dude, this is cool. I'm just spreading, just like I said, a lot more optimistic about life. So I'm going to go ahead and take a swig of water. I'm doing a lot of yapping, a lot of spieling today. But like I said, I feel good. I feel great. I feel like we're moving in the right direction, boys. I feel like we're almost 6 weeks out. I feel like we are getting closer and closer to it. And that might be another reason why I'm feeling so good, feeling so great, is because I'm like, dude, we're so close to the finish line. I can see it. I can smell it. I can taste the Krispy Kreme that I'll eat after all of this is done. Those fresh, light on, hot donuts. Oh my gosh. Krispy Kreme, that shit is gonna hit something malicious. Also, I'm like, that's another thing. Food tastes so much better after depriving yourself of it for so long. I've deprived myself of it by the end of this for 6 to 7 months. And then in recomp phase, we're looking, like I said, 9 to 10 months of just deprivation, of not allowing myself to eat it. And then once I get to eat it, oh, dude, it's going to taste night and day. Night and day. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, after my first show, that for everything tasted so much better than me. I was like, this is so great. And it could just be a boo-boo garbage McChicken. And I'd be like, this is the best thing in the world. This soggy McChicken with extra mayo is fucking immaculate. When really, I could be like, if I didn't deprive myself, I'd be like, this is horrible. So I guess, like, deprivation comes with a little bit of delusion, but call me delusional. I'm rocking with it. I'm gonna take a swig of water though, boys. Then we can get after that next set. All right, boys, let's get after this next set. One more. We got 2 more there, boys. All right, boys, let's get this next set. We got 1 more there, boys. All right, boys. Let's get this last set here. Let's get this last set here. All right, we got some close grip. I think we're gonna do dumbbells, so we'll do 3 with the close grip W bar, and then we'll switch to dumbbells, do some dumbbell work, and then move on to triceps, boys. All right, boys, we might just be able to get just the biceps in. The camera's about to die. We got like 10% left. I tried to charge it, but I guess it didn't charge. So we're gonna go ahead, do a little bit more W bar, a little close grip here, and then if the camera dies, whenever the camera dies, it'll die, you know. But let's get this work. All right, let's get this work. All right, we got 2 more there, boys. All right, let's get this next set, boys. One more. We got 1 more there, boys. All right, let's get this last set, boys. All right, boys, I'm gonna go grab the dumbbells. I'll be right back. All right, boys, let's get these girls. We got 2 more there, boys. 2 more there. All right, boys, let's get this next set. We got 1 more there, boys. 1 more set there. All right, boys. Let's get this last set. The camera is on 2%, so I think I'm just going to cook through triceps and then charge the camera in the car a little bit and then hit you boys with the outro. But with that being said, let's get this last set. All right, boys, that's it for those. Like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead, cook through triceps. I'll catch you boys on the outro.